Welcome, everyone. We are live today. Oh, guess what we're doing today? We're practicing today. Oh, Angela, what are we practicing today? Well, it says, let me do it. We are going to practice flipping states. Oh, yes, we are. That's exactly what we're going to practice doing. Whatever that thing is, remember I said thing, a thing, you know, money, health, wealth, uh, a job, a car, a relationship, a thing. Whatever that thing is that you say you want to experience in your world, what is it? Think about it. What is it? Now, if you're driving, oh boy, catch the replay if you're driving because I want your attention where you are. You're on the road, focus on the road. But if you're, at the office already or you're still at home and you're getting ready, you're good to go. What is that thing you want to experience in your world? Good, you know what it is. Now, what would it be like if you had it? Here are some examples. If you had it, your mother would speak to you differently. You would speak to your mother differently. How so? What would you say? Because remember, we're coming up with a small scene. The small scene is the trigger you're going to use to put yourself back into the desirable state. So you know what that thing is that you want to experience in your world. Well, what would it be like? What would you overhear about yourself as you walk by other people? What would you say? How would you behave? How would you drink your tea in the morning? How would you how would you choose your clothes from the closet? Remember, if you used to have a little studio apartment and now you have a walk-in closet, wait, how are you going to feel as you walk into your walk-in closet? Are you going to remember and say to yourself, holy cow, I remember when my whole apartment was the size of this walk-in closet? How did I get here? Holy macaroni. But it's not the words. It's the thought and the sensation that the thought invokes within your body. That's what I want you to feel for me. If I said to you, you've just met the person, your person, they walked into the room and it was like time slowed down. I only have eyes for you. And that was the song you heard. Remember, what is the thing you want to experience? When you think of that thing, you will get a sensation naturally in your body. See, now you're no longer thinking of it because you can feel the sensation in your body. You have it, thereby, you are thinking from it. So you know what you want and you know how it makes you feel in your body. You've just put yourself in the state. Can you feel it? Take your time. Ain't no hurry. This is a most pleasurable experience. Now, once you can feel that sensation, give it a moment or two, and then let it go. Just let it fizzle out. It's gone now. It's gone. Now, see how easy that was? Oh, yes. But what if now you sat there and you said to yourself, yeah, that's all nice and good, but I don't know that that works. Ah, you see how that now feels to your body? Uh-huh. Feel it. Yeah, feel it. Feel every, every moment of it. But what if it doesn't work? What if I get it wrong? What if it takes too long? Feel that in your body. Now you can clearly feel where you do not want to be. Let it go now. Just let it go. Now let's have a conversation. So you see, today's a beautiful Friday. We're going to have fun today. Whether you're on your way to work or you're tidying up your desk, who knows what you're doing at this moment. But you see, it's Friday. You got the weekend coming up. Just do. I better stop singing these people's songs before for YouTube don't say crazy things. But you hear what I'm saying to you. You're looking forward to the weekend. Whether you're looking forward to the weekend of relaxation and ease, or you're looking forward to the weekend because it's a girl's night out or it's a boy's night out, but you're looking forward to something. Oh, you see that feeling in your body? That would be the state of anticipation. That would be the state of eagerness. You see how that one feels? Revel in that one for a moment. Just revel in it for a moment. That anticipation. What am I going to wear? How am I going to do my hair? Am I going to put on my special eyelashes tonight? All those things are going through your head. If you're going out tonight and you have that anticipation, now allow the anticipation to leave. Because now you got to think about, what's on my workload for today? See, you're back into a different state. You're focused now on what your work should be. What's your work gonna be like? You have a meeting in half an hour? You have a meeting in an hour? Did you prep for that? See that feeling in the body because you're planning for the meeting? Do you see how quickly we pop from state to state? Get a sense of that. See how quickly it happens that we move through the state? But what if you get a text, from that person who's like, you're so hard to talk to. Why do you take so long to return my calls? I can see that you read my messages. And you roll your eyes. Ugh, you're so impatient. Why don't you just wait for me to get back to you? You're not the only one in my life. Oh, feel that? You're in a state. Annoyed, but you're in the state. Now, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose a couple of times. Nice and easy. Remember, if you're driving, your state should be, oh, look, is that a green light? Oh, look, that's a red light. I should stop. That's a pedestrian. That's where you should be in a state of focus as you drive. But for the rest of you, call up the state again of what is that thing that you want to experience in your world. See it, taste it, feel it, touch it, squeeze it. That's what you want. Oh, can you feel it? When you think about it, it makes you shiver, doesn't it? Pay attention to how it makes your body feel. If it makes your body feel, ooh, this is exciting, the anticipation, the thrill of victory, that part. Some peace of mind, sprinkle, sprinkle. Couldn't help myself. I have to sprinkle something in there for you. You see, I just said that to you. Did you maintain your state, or did you get distracted by sprinkle, sprinkle? See how easy it is to fall out of your state? Well, go back. Now let me slow it way down. Way, way, way down. Because we're going to practice the sustaining now. You see, the previous examples showed you states and how easy it was for you to get in and out of them. Now, pull up the state of which one? What would it be like if you had it? Pull up that state. What would it be like if you had it? See that sensation in your body? Take your time to feel it. Take your time. I'll get silent for a moment, but take your time and begin to feel what it would be like as you think about that thing. Naturally, the feeling is going to be there. You don't have to force it. Just let it show itself. What if you wanted that brand new pair of shoes? Can you see all of the outfits you can wear it with? And look at how you feel. Can you hear as you walk down the hallway with those brand new shoes? You're walking down the hallway. Now, whether you're a gentleman or a lady, you will have a particular swagger. Oh, yes. It doesn't matter what that thing is that you want to experience. You will have a new swagger about you. Can you feel the swagger? You know, you got that one neighbor. Oh, yeah. Whether they're in the house next to you or the cubicle at work next to you, they're looking at you. Something is different about such and such today. I wonder what it is. And all the while, as you move in your swagger, you smile to yourself and you say, you got that right. Well, there is something new and beautiful about me. Yeah. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? And all you do is you just let yourself be warmed by that smile of knowing that there's something. Nobody can quite put their finger on it yet, but you know what it is. Yeah, you feel that attitude? Feel it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel it. Feel it. And allow yourself to be immersed in it. Now, here's a conversation that you happen to overhear. If you're at work, you know how colleagues are. Oh my God, you see them this morning? They're different. I wonder what's different about them. I can't put my finger on it, but they're different. Would it be rude to ask? Well, I want to know. You think they'd tell me? Well, I want to know what they're doing because they are so different today. Then the next thing you hear is, you look really good this morning. I mean, I'm not saying you don't look good every day. I'm just saying there's something different. A good different. feel the warmth that spreads through your chest? Feel it. Yeah, you did that. Feels good, doesn't it? Hold that sensation. I will go silent for a moment to let you hold it. Go ahead and hold it now and just play that scenario. Maybe it's one word you can hear, or it's that one little smile on your lips. Feel it. That's it. Now let it go. Let it go. And come right back to the conversation at hand. See? This is how easy it is for us on a daily basis. And you'll catch yourself. You'll get more efficient at recognizing it. Oh, yes. And here's the thing. That new state that you conjure up feels so good. You're like, ooh, let me stay here a little longer. But sometimes you want to do that. You want to stay there a little bit longer, then stay there a little bit longer. That's great too. That's the whole point. As you go through your day today, you're going to be out and about. See if you can spot the state. Ah, shoot. Sounds like a game of charades. See if you can spot the state that you're in. Good. See, now you're sufficiently, quote unquote, distracted. That's good. See, just allow the body to loosen up. Allow it to be at ease. Inhale nice and deep through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. See how good that feels? Where you're carefree and relaxed. That is a state. So if you perhaps find that you're driving and some jerk cuts you off and you want to flip him the bird, sure, go ahead and flip him the bird if you want to, but then pop back into the state of inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose as many times as you need to calm yourself and put yourself into a state of ease and relaxation. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. Let's take a moment to welcome everybody, and then we're going to come back. Remember, because now you're switching states. You want to hear who's here. You're in a state of curiosity. I know I just saw Miss Tiffany there on Twitter. Who's here on YouTube and Facebook? The Better Man, Sugar Visions. Hey, Jeff. Cyber, hello, Sonia. And for the others who've not made themselves known, you know I see you. Of course I do. Who's on Fanbase today? Coach, Joaquim, Flo Smiles, Zisti, Sufi, KZ, Stephanie, Hey Elle, My Melanin, and Jeannie Marquise. I see you all. Marquise, yes, Marquise says flip the bird and then flip the state. Oh my God. Listen, that's a t shirt.
It's totally fine to do both.
Yes, listen, it is fine to do both. Okay, it is. But you know how I feel. Sometimes you just gotta, let it rip and cuss a brother out. Sometimes, sometimes, right?
Cut some brother out.
Yeah, cause I was just thinking, I wonder what hook a brother up is.
I tried to send him a link. He probably let me see. He works nice shit.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but you see, sometimes it's good. Look at where, yes, look at where your mind is right now. Look at where your state is right now. You had a state of what? Of laughter. You just put yourself into it because you heard a joke and you laughed. If you didn't find it funny, you're not in that state. You're somewhere else. But if it picked you up and you're like, you couldn't help yourself but to laugh and think it was funny, you're in the same state, or else you wouldn't have found it funny. You're in that state of laughter, of joy. That's where you're at. See how quickly we flip states? Put my thing down, flip it in reverse. Stop, Angela, stop. Or Missy Elliott, come for me. Um, but you hear what I'm saying to you. So now, shake it off. Let's go back to this state now. What would it be like if I had it? What would it be like if I was rocking that? What would it be like if, the new job, you know what it is that you want? So, what would it be like if you had it? I'm going to give you a moment of silence. I can't do it for too long before people think, we not here no more. But take a moment. What would it be like if you had it? What would your attitude be? Sometimes you don't have to speak to know that somebody has a bad attitude. You can feel it rolling off of them. Oh, of course. What are you going to do? Feel that attitude. Take a moment. Take a moment. Hey, ray of sunshine. Listen, you're in the right place to practice right now. So, whatever that thing is that you say you want to experience in your world, bring up the sensation of having it. You have it now because that's why you're asking yourself, what would it be like if I had it? What would it be like if you had it? And you will get a sensation in your body. If that sensation is, oh, but that's too good to be true, that's never going to happen. Oh, that's doubt. That's a state of doubt. Well, I don't know how I'm going to make that happen. State of doubt. You're not being asked to judge it. You're being asked to feel what it would be like if you had it. Go ahead now. I'm a hush for a moment. Go ahead. Feel it. And as you feel it, hold it there. Stay focused. And allow that sensation to just fill your body. Go ahead. Let it go now. Let it go. Let the state go. And just come on back. Take your time. Just let it dissipate. Good. So here is your exercise for today. As you go through the day, step one, recognize your current state because you know exactly what it feels like. And when you feel it, now make the decision. Am I going to flip this state or am I going to keep it? Well, that depends. Is it good enough for you? Is it deserving of your attention? No, flip that state. And we flip the state, step three, by asking ourselves, what would it be like if I had it? What would it be like? There you go. So, step four, how many times? And for how many reps can you hold that state? Oh, but Angela, that feels so weird. It's cool and all that I'm doing it here right now, but that's so weird. It only feels weird at the onset. But the more you practice getting into that state of it being fulfilled, because that's really what you're asking. What would it be like if I had it? Well, that means if this wish were fulfilled, you'd feel like whatever that thing is you felt like just now. You'd feel it, which means it is fulfilled, it is done, right? Think about how you do it naturally in the other direction. You get a little email from your boss and it says, can you meet me in the office at dot dot dot? They didn't give you any inclination as to why they want to meet with you. They just said, hey, meet me at dot dot dot. Now, what happens to you? Look at the state you just put yourself in. You're worried. What am I going to say? What if they ask me, what am I going to say? What if I'm in trouble? And you start to go through your mind to think of all the things you could have possibly done to put yourself in trouble. See what you're doing? You're putting yourself in a state. Fear. But what if they accuse me of something that I didn't do? See where you're putting your mind? See what state you're in? And look at your body. Ever faithful does what? It begins to feel, it begins to show you the way you are thinking. You see how naturally we do it? See how naturally we do it? Oh, yeah. If you are scrolling through Instagram and you see a beautiful recipe, you sit there and you go, ooh, they would love that. I can just hear my husband or my wife saying to me, girl, Big Daddy, you outdone yourself today. This is tasty. And you hear that? You put yourself in a state of anticipation just by watching the recipe being put together before your eyes and knowing that, hey, I want to make that. And you can see what the spread of the table looks like, everything. Just from that one dish you just saw. Flo smiles. Go ahead, sweet girl, ask the question. Now is the time so we can put it into practice.
Okay. Say you got yourself in that state with that feeling, but maybe a week later you lose that feeling in that state and start going to another state. Is it pushing at that state? Is it pushing at that manifestation? feeling if you go back and you have to get in that state again and get that feeling again?
No, you don't lose anything, because what you're doing when you pop out of the state you want to be in and you go somewhere else, like you say a week later, you forget. Remember, remember the state you want to be in and put yourself back in it. You're not delaying anything. See? Because if you start thinking about, oh no, am I slowing it down? Am I messing it up? Ah, you're not in a state of fulfillment, are you? Hmm. So, if you're not in the state of fulfillment, are you in that state more frequently than you are fulfillment? Hmm. So if you are in that other state more frequently than being in the state of fulfillment, then you have to experience the dissatisfaction, because that's where you are most frequently. That's the habitual place. So that's why the practice of flipping the state right away, the more you practice it, the easier it becomes for you to pop in and out of it. But then something else happens between the ease of popping in and out of it. You begin now to have a new habitual state, which is what you want it to be. So the more natural that new state becomes for you to sustain and to be in, now the manifestation starts to show up, because that's where you return to most often. If your state naturally is worry, and you say, well, I don't want to be in a state of worry anymore, but you catch yourself every time you worry, you catch yourself and you put yourself into your new state. Every time you do that, what are you doing? You are breaking the old rhythm. Hmm. Because the old rhythm has its own causes that bring about its own effects. So the more you break that old rhythm by doing the new rhythm, you're going to encounter new causes that bring about the new effects. Does that make sense?
Yes, I just didn't want to be pushing at something and putting doubt in my mind.
I hear you. And here's the thing. That's a beautiful observation. Remember, you're not forcing anything. You are doing what already comes naturally. You are thinking of something, and that thing you are thinking of registers in your body. You can't stop that from happening. But what you can do with it is choose what to think about so that the sensation in the body changes. Does that part make sense?
Yes.
And that's why we don't have to force a single thing. If you find that you are forcing, then you are not in the state. Because you never have to force yourself to be in a state. You only observe the state that you're in because of how it shows up in your body. You observe it. Listen, you just along for the ride. You're not forcing that one. No. If somebody pissed you off, you're not forcing the state of anger. The very fact of you responding to their act is you being in the state. Why? Because the thing that they did to you made you feel a particular way. And because you felt it, you had to act it out. So then, if you find that you're easily triggered and you fly off the handle quickly, this is not for anybody in particular. It's just an observation, because some people do that. They are just so quick to anger, right? That's their habitual state. They've conditioned themselves. They've practiced being in that state of anger over and over and over again, so that they're in it so much. That's just their natural state. That's their home state, their habitual state. And so when you look at them, they always look angry. So you see how naturally it comes to you? Good. Now go back. Find that state again. You know, the state of the wish fulfilled. You know that thing you want to experience? Call it up again. What would it be like if I had it? Take your time and call it up. Listen, ain't no need to rush. Rush to brush, you waste the paint, right? So take your time. What's that feel like in your body? Mm-hmm. And now that you feel it in your body, what's your attitude going to be like? How are you going to speak? You may notice that as you speak from that new state, you don't stammer anymore. You're not afraid anymore because you're not in a state of fear anymore. You are now in a state of courage. Your chest comes out, shoulders are up and back, and you say, not today, devil. And naturally, you behave in a particular fashion because it moves you mentally first. Take your time. Feel the state of employment. What's the state of employment feels like? You can pay your bills. You can buy food. And you have a nice hefty savings. That sounds like relief to me. That sounds like you just took a load off. Yeah. That's how great it feels to be employed. Now, whether it is self-employed or, other employed, feel whichever one it is. How will you differentiate between the two? Well, you will hear or you will see your customers and their Yelp feedback or their testimonials that they submit to you. You'll see those, and when you read them in your mind's eye or you hear that phrase, when you hear them say, "Oh my God, you changed my life. I appreciate you so much." And they say that to you. Oh, feel the state now. Yeah, now you know you're self-employed. But if you are other employed, you heard your boss say, "Wow, I chose well with you. I knew there was something awesome about you when I met you. I knew you were the right person for the job." You can feel his handshake if you are tactile. See? That state. Mm-hmm. What if you hear a little bell ring as a brand new customer walks into your store, your new business that you opened up, your new storefront? You're going to hear yourself say, "Thank you for shopping with us. We look forward to seeing you again soon." Or you can hear them tell you, "Wow, I love your stuff. I'll be back for sure, and I'll tell my friends." You can hear that. Because the moment you think about it and you hear that, your body responds. Yeah. What if you just like, an easy day with all your creature comforts? And you usually go get a coffee and you hear, "Oh, well, the person in front paid for your coffee." How does that make you feel? What state? Feel it? What would that be like if that was your day? You get up in the morning and you realize you have a gift card and a refillable one. And it always seems to be bottomless. You don't have to fill it up at all. But you can get your coffee every morning. That feels good, doesn't it? That state. I did say I would hush. I'm a hush now for a moment or two as you continue to feel it. You see, right now, if your thoughts are, but I can't get into it, I can't do it, you are in a state of resistance. You are doubting yourself. You are doubting yourself. But here's the awesome thing. When you recognize what your thoughts are and how your body feels, you have just identified your state. So if you can identify one, you can feel another. So don't think that you're not in a state. Recognize it is all you get to do by way of how it feels. If you say, oh my God, I feel so awkward. The only body who feels awkward is you. I don't know that you feel awkward. So see, you're in a state. So you practice bringing up the state. And you practice feeling it, what your body does naturally. Oh, you know you can't do that, see? I told you she was crazy. See that state of doubt? You want to be in a state of faith, a state of knowing. How do you get there? By telling yourself, oh shoot, I was just in that state. And I knew how that felt. You know what? I like the way this one feels. I'm going to stay over here. Now you know you can put yourself in any state you want. Let's let the appetite a little bit. Not too much. But what if you say, ooh, today is Friday. Today's a special Friday. If I put this on, he or she will like it. You haven't even put it on yet. But you can hear them say, whoo, I could just eat you up. See? You're in a state of what? Eagerness. Anticipation. See? Now, whatever that state is, hold it. And the way to hold it, the way to help you hold it, is the small scene that Neville says. So if you can hear them say, oh, congratulations, or you hear yourself say, oh, thank God, I did it, and you can feel that relief. Yeah, that's the trigger to get you to pop back into the state you want to be in, the small scene that you create. Go ahead now and bring it up if you haven't done so, and then hold it there for a moment. Let it go now. Just let it go, and another state is already there. As soon as you let go one state, you're in another. Well, you would have to be. Hmm? And so now that you can tell the difference between what state you are in versus what state you want to be in, it's all in the way the body feels. And for you, how long can you hold that? I'll put it this way. How long can you keep it up for? Why did I say it that way? Because you have to be in the state in order to sustain the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So there, that is the exercise for the weekend. And as I mentioned to you, the same way you are in a state already, and that's your home state, the way you always do it, your rhythm, your pattern, your habit, it's all right. That state only became the habit. Why? Because you practiced being in that state more than any other state. And that is why the longer you remain in a state, you have to behave the way the state dictates. So, my beautiful friends, this morning, I trust that this makes sense to you. If there are any more questions, ask away while we're here. Let's clarify. If you don't sit there in the state of confusion and just be okay with that. Don't.
Okay, so usually when I'm anticipating something, I get anxiety, get what is it? Anxiety, and then I don't have I can't wait. So how do I change that state into I guess a better state or a better feeling? Or what
Right.
feeling should I have? I don't know, because every time I want something, it's like anxiety and anticipation.
Right. Because when we want something, we are in a state of wanting, so we don't know if we'll have it. So the question is it possible? Can I do it? I don't know. Am I doing it right? See, that's where the anxiety comes in. So you're not in the state of the wish fulfilled. The state of the wish fulfilled tells you, because think about it, the moment you are in a state of anxiety, how does the body respond? It responds with an elevated heart rate. The mouth may get dry. You may be wondering with these kinds of thoughts, oh my God, is that going to happen? Is that even possible? Mm. But if you are now in the state of the wish fulfilled, the only thing you're playing out in your mind is, whew, I'm glad that part is over. Or you hear someone say, ah, you've been saying you wanted that thing for a long time. Wow, you finally got it. Good for you. Those two feelings are different. Do you feel the difference between the two?
Kinda, yeah. When I revised, I could feel it,
And
but
that's
just thinking about it, I did not.
right. You see, the revision is helpful because that's what we're doing when we flip. We're revising. You're saying, I don't want to be there, I want to be here. So, how would it feel to be over here? So, when you are, this is why Neville says, when you are thinking of a thing, it is different when you're thinking from that thing. When you're thinking of it, nothing moves you to act because it's just a thought. But when you are in the state of the wish fulfilled, something moves you naturally. It just does. It moves you, and it moves you in such a way that you have to act. But you are already, think about it. When you say, I get that anxiety, what do you do when you get the anxiety? How do you behave? How do you act from the state of anxiety? You just act it out naturally, which is you stop doing what it is you say you want to do. You don't do it anymore. You're like, well, I don't know if that's going to work, so I'm going to stop. That's what you do. So naturally, you have to behave according to anxiety, which is you pace, you worry, you fret, you lose your temper easy because you're frustrated. See how natural that is when you're dealing with anxiety? You don't have to force it. It just happens because that's the state. And it moves you, so you have to act it out. So then he asks you, what would it be like if you had it? You actually have to go through every single corner of your mind to see how many scenarios you can go through that confirm by way of feeling, because that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're confirming by way of feeling if it is fulfilled or not. If it's fulfilled, there is a sensation that is different from worry and anxiety. You see, because sometimes I think we're still thinking that we have to make something happen. You don't have to make anything happen. The moment you are convicted about the thing you are thinking of, and you hear the congratulations, or you see your name in lights, or you're hugging whoever that you haven't seen in a long time, all you're doing is acting according to how the body feels. And that's how you know what state you're in. Let's try this. Let's practice it. Because normally, as you know, anger is usually that thing that comes from me first. Because I've practiced that state for so long. You don't want to cross with me today, right? That's usually where I go. You'll get me fired up because you'll make me mad. So I know that about myself, right? So the moment I even think about anything that made me angry, if you come across me at that point, I'm going to holler at you. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. Just kiss my teeth just like that. Or as in Bajans would say, we stoops. That's what I do.
It's called to fuck around and find out. That's what it is. That's all.
Right? So, Coach, thank you. Thank you. If you say, or you're watching somebody and you know how people can be, you say, oh, the way I'm feeling today, if you fuck around, you're gonna find out. What's your body feel like when you say that? You think you have to force that feeling to come into your body? No. All you gotta say is, ooh, it's all right, you're gonna find out today, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Right? You see how it feels? Why? Because you know. You know. That's why. So the state of the wish fulfilled is what then? The knowing that it is done.
Yeah, I would say turn that optimism from, because that's what that wishful thinking really is, a bunch of optimism. But if you can take that optimism and let it charge you to where you don't care. Sometimes you just got to say, like, I don't know if y'all remember David Chappelle's show, but sometimes you just got to say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get it or not, but you're okay with it, regardless of what the outcome going to be. You know you put your best foot and effort toward it. That's what counts, man. And then the learning lessons you learn from it, even if you don't get everything you want, it's still that lesson that you turn into a blessing. So, yeah, man, people overthink things, and that's why I think a lot of anxiety comes from. It's the overthinking, and then you start projecting, like, what if I can't do this? What is this? Then you're not going to do it. because you don't have enough faith in yourself.
Yes. See?
I also think, like, Angela, when you were talking about the anger, because that's me too, but I've kind of tried to shift that, because when I get angry like that and I get like, don't fuck with me because I will take you out, that sort of feeling, I like it in some ways. Like, it's energy, so anger to me is it is a higher vibration than other ones, right?
Yes.
So, like, from there, I feel like it's easier to springboard to another state that's like from anger. Does that make sense? It's like maybe
that's called motivation. You turning that anger into gasoline motivation.
Yes, exactly.
That's it right there. It moves you to act. That's it right there. You're not thinking. We don't think about things. I want you to hear what I'm saying to you this morning. We don't think about things, We've conditioned ourselves to behave in such a fashion, which is human nature, that you don't have to think about it, you just do it. We call it reflex. Right? So that's why, with what Ali said, the anger, if that's the thing that's gonna move you, fine, let it move you, but point yourself in the direction you want to go in. Because that's why I say, when you give the example like Neville did when he said, if there's somebody who's gonna be jealous of you, what are they saying about you? Look at them. How she get so lucky? All these good things seem to be happening for her. Let them be jealous. Let them speak it. You know why? Because it means now that state of the wish fulfilled for you, you can feel it. Because the moment I say to you, you got one of them in your corner. Somebody who's jealous of you, you got one of them. We all have one of them. We call them haters. See how they make us? You see what happens when you hear somebody who says, who you think you are? You just want to reach out and choke them a little bit, right? Who you think you are? Why can't I have good things? See, you were moved to act. That is the nature of each and every one of us. Whatever state you are in moves you to act. So if it doesn't move you, you are thinking of it. You're just thinking of it. But if that thing moves you, shoot. That's where you're living from now, because you're acting it out. You have to act according to the state that you're in. So, go ahead, Coach.
One time it told me, they said, you smile too much. I don't trust people that smile too much. That's what they told me, right? I said, I'm sorry you miserable as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that you're real miserable and now you want to project your feelings out on me, how you feel about yourself. I said, but I ain't never took nothing from you. You ain't never seen me take nothing from nobody. So how you all of a sudden don't trust? You don't trust yourself. That's what that is. And they quietly just walked on off there. Because they knew I had them defeated, because I didn't fall into the trap that they were trying to get me in.
Facts, Coach, facts. Brian. Oh, leave it up to Brian to slide into the space and say, the surety of knowing your desire is and will be soon fulfilled. What is that? The surety. The surety. You are sure. That's why you act, because you are sure. That's so when Coach said overthinking, look at what we're doing. We're putting a stumbling block in our way. We're not allowing what happens naturally to happen. So when you look at it today, when you go through the day, you will see exactly what your behavior, see, thought, word, action. We think those are three separate things. Nah, it's one motion. It's one motion, because you thought about it and it moved you to speak and act. That is the nature of man. We behave in that fashion. That's how come, because it's the rhythm, right? We know how If I polarize you, which means if I move you in a particular emotional direction, I know exactly how you're going to behave because you have to act according to the state you're in. See? So pay attention when you're when you are in a state, and you will realize that you didn't force that state and you didn't have to force your actions. You just acted according to where you were. So when you say the state of the wish fulfilled, do you know that it is done? Or are you worried about, well, I don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know if this is possible. What does the law say? The law says, as within, so without. So the thing that you are thinking of has your attention so fully that it moves you to act. And there it is. It plays out on the screen of your life. That is law. It's a done deal. So what we fretting about? It says every cause has its effect and every effect its cause. Well, hey, you are the cause. You are the cause of the phenomena of your life. Right? So if you say, well, I'm scared of crowds, I can't speak in front of an audience, they're gonna laugh at me. What if I stumble over my words? Well, then naturally, if that is your state, it has moved you to what? Be afraid. And so, because you are afraid, you will find every excuse. Oh, you know what? I have a previous engagement. I can't be there. Oh, you'll have to call on somebody else. Naturally, you would have to do that. But if you flipped yourself to a state of confidence, you would say, wait, whoa, hold on, wait a minute. I can I can do this. Wait, I can do this. Let me practice it. Let me test it out and see if I can do it. You get in front of the mirror and you start practicing day in and day out. So you go back to the old, oh, but I'm scared to speak. You say, wait, no, I'm not scared to speak. I'm practicing. I'm in the mirror every day until you are so moved to speak. You're not even thinking about who's going to be laughing and who's not laughing. You don't even care if they laugh. You just say, you want me to speak? I'm there with bells on. And you show up and you just drop the mic. And you can do what? You can hear the roar of applause. Because you know. Because you know. You're not hoping. You know. And because you know, you act according to what you know. That's why when the scripture tells you, go, your faith has made you whole, it means you knew.
Keep taking right back to the mind. The whole thing, that's the first thing I tell any client of mine. When they start asking me, well, where can I find these resources and all that? I'm like, right there in your head. Your thoughts, your mind, that's the best resource that you can ever have. And when I do that, that's how I activate people to make them think more than what they've been thinking. Instead of thinking outside of themselves, they start thinking within and start making great moves. So that's the secret to coaching, really. Mm-hmm. You got to let the people understand, like, the greatest resource they have is right there, sitting right between their eyes, their brain, thoughts.
So then the first principle, the first law is the all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. And the image that just came to mind was Green Lantern. If you know anything about the Green Lantern, he is DC, isn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's DC. He ain't Marvel. But the Green Lantern has a ring. And so he can create any shape he wants and project it from his ring. But he has to think of it first in his mind and then project it to his ring so that he can see it what it is. So he can build a car, he can build a hammer, he can, oh wow, all right there. So if you don't know Green Lantern, Google, YouTube it, and you'll see what I'm saying to you. The mind, the all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. It starts there first. And so when it starts there and it moves you, you know exactly how you're going to act because you are predictable now. As long as that thing moves you, go ahead.
And for all parents that have like kids between the age of 16 and 18, you should definitely have them watch the movie The Last Dragon. Ooh. Because not only do you get over fear, does he overcome fear, but he also realizes that it's right there in his head. All of the questions and answers he's ever been looking for right there in his head. So I'm telling you, it's a great movie to watch. I'm pretty sure the people around my age in the room, they remember that movie. It was like, yeah, that was a fire movie. So, and it had to do with family. It was one of the last movies I've seen where it had like a black family that was actually doing some great things, and they were all together. Mother, dad, son, daughter. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a great movie for people to watch.
Last Dragon. Last Dragon. All right. But let's take a moment now and practice it again. What's something you know? You know. It's only because we've heard that, oh, but that might not be possible. Oh, you're crazy. It's only because we've heard things like that over and over and over again. What is a state? Did I close out that lecture from last night, or do I still have it up? I closed it. But a state is your mindset, your attitude, a body of beliefs that you hold. That's why people don't think the law is real, because they say things like, well, that was going to happen anyway. Of course, it can only ever happen according to what it is. As within, so without. You reap what you've sown. It can't happen any other way but naturally. Right? So pay attention to your home state, which means, what's that thing you do the same way every time? What's that thing? You say, why do I always do that? Why does it always happen to me? That is your home state. That's your home state. That's your habit. Recognize it. And what do you recognize when you realize that that's your habit? You recognize the behavior. Because that thing, you've done it so many times, it moves you. And the difference between that and a new state is the amount of time you practice being in the new state. So you see, you don't have to believe it. You have to see it. Look at any habit that you have. How did it get there? Your habit got there because you practiced a particular behavior the same way every time. So do you need to believe that you can make a habit, or you just need to observe that you can make a habit? So the state of mind, your mental attitude, observe them. And when you observe your mental attitude, you will see your habitual state. And all that means is you just practice being in that one more than you did anything else. So if you can practice being in a state, in any state, more than you are in another, Then what do you need to believe? You need to know that you can put yourself in a new state and practice that one, and then that becomes your new way. Because why? You're doing it already. You have habits. I don't need to tell you that you've got them. I've got my own fair share. But we all have our habits. Habits are observed. So if you look at yourself, you will begin to see your habitual mental attitude. And so now the state of the wish fulfilled is simply another mental attitude. And in order to have that become your new habit, you have to practice being in the state of the wish fulfilled. How do you practice being in the state of the wish fulfilled? By first recognizing what state you're in. If that state is not what you want, what would it be like if you were in your desired state? What would it be like if you were successful? What would it be like if you were some kind of mogul, a guru? What would that be like? How would it make you feel to know that your DMs are full? Can you teach me how to do that? How would you feel if your PayPal just kept dinging all day? You've got money. You've got money. Somebody's sending you money because they're scheduling your time. What would that feel like to you? That is the state of the wish fulfilled. So if you can hear that or see your PayPal, or you can see the DMs with people telling you how much they appreciate what you've done for them, well, then I'm sure somebody said it to you before. Oh my God, I appreciate you so much. Somebody has said it to you. And when they said it, your body said, "Ooh, do it again. That feels so good. You know I'm special." Yes, I am. Your body did that. See, state of the wish fulfilled. Your body did it already. So now, in order to have the state of the wish fulfilled be your new habitual state, start by practicing hearing, if that's what you do. If you hear better than you see or you touch, you have senses. Use the one that's strongest. So if you hear, "Oh my God, I appreciate you so much," see how it feels? All they have to do is tell you they appreciate you, and your body goes, "Ooh, that's nice. Sprinkle, sprinkle some more of that on me. Pour some sugar on me." Sorry. See what it feels like? And you want to do it again. So go back and replay them saying to you, "Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so very much. You helped me so much." Play it again over and over and over. Why? Because you are practicing sustaining that so that it becomes your new habit. That's all you're doing. You don't have to believe a single thing. You just got to see that you're doing it already. And if you can do it on the left, well, honey, you can do it on the right. What's the difference between the left and the right? Just the direction you're facing in. All you're doing, continue doing what you're doing, but put it in a different direction. One that makes you feel good, do it in that direction because that's what you want to do. Feel good. Listen, I've been yakking enough. Let's take a moment now, shall we? I'm going to play the bowl for you. When I play the bowl or play the recording of the bowl, bring up the sensation because you already have it in your body. It is already there. You don't have to fake it. If I make you scared, well, enough, you pee your pants, depending on your age. I didn't have to force you to do it. I just had to convince you, and you did it naturally. So, you don't have to force it, allow it. So, bring up the sensation of what it would be like if you had your wish fulfilled. And when the bowl stops, let it go. All right? Take Some, Leave Some says she's in agreement with Coach. The Last Dragon was a good movie that demonstrated the laws. Well, you know I'm going to have to hit that up today. So let me get the bowl for us. Remember, bring up the sensation because you have it. You don't have to force it. You just got to look for it. You just got to feel it out. That's all you're doing. You don't have to force anything. Feel it out because it is already there. And when you feel it, immerse yourself in the feeling and just let the feeling overtake you. And remember, the more you feel that way, the more you gotta feel that way. And the more you feel that way, then the more you'll feel that way. Oh, look, habit. Let me get the bowl. Make sure volumes are up. Hey, Jackie girl, I see you on Twitter. Countdown initiated. 5, 4. See, you just did it. 3, 2. Love troll. Come. Wait. There you go. Because I think that's what you were asking, isn't it? Yes. Love troll, go ahead.
Oh, no, I didn't want to speak. Like, good morning.
Oh.
And, I just was requesting because some of the spaces people are having trouble listening in. I couldn't hear you when I first came in. I know you were saying some good stuff, so I'm probably going to have to go listen back to the replay to hear what you were saying because I missed everything you said from when I stepped into the room.
Well, thank you for letting me know that, because now I can, if people don't get the replay there on Twitter, they can always get the replay over here on YouTube, right? Thank you for sharing that with me. And Jackie, it was awesome seeing you here today, love. It really, really was. It really was. I trust you found it helpful. And this is, I know I didn't finish the countdown. Don't worry. We good. This is why people are so stressed when it comes to manifestation, and they think it is something beyond their reach, when in actuality it is your nature to manifest. Remember what a manifest is. A manifest is a document that shows you the cargo contained within. If it's a passenger list, it has to show you what's on the inside. So to manifest means to show the contents of your attitude. As within, so without. As above, so below. That is all manifestation is. And we are doing it day in and day out. But what has us caught up is that we do not see the habitual state that we live from. Because we've been living in it so long, we don't see it. That's why we think it's some kind of woo-woo thing. No, it is our nature. We make dinner manifest every night. Oh, believe you me. Some days I'm just like, really, must I? Yes. And so we make dinner manifest. So we're manifesting, and it always goes in the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance. It happens naturally.
And can I add to this too?
Yes, coach.
Patience.
Hallelujah.
That's the number one element that messes any and everyone up. They have to work on their patience. Mm-hmm. They think that because they manifest something, it's supposed to just immediately happen. No, you have to be positioned. It takes time. You have to have patience.
Yes.
So sometimes you might manifest something that just dropped down on you. But are you sure you're ready to handle what you manifest? So you got to have patience. You got to have your plan. You got to have your execution when it do drop down on you. So a lot of people wish for things that they're not even ready for.
All right. See what it is?
Didn't they say that I may be messing this up, but wasn't like an angel battling something before it got to somebody or something?
Daniel. When Daniel opened up his window every morning to pray, the very day he started to pray, the angel set out to meet Daniel. But by the time he got to Daniel, it took him 21 days. And he said, it's a good thing he didn't stop praying, because this prince of darkness intercepted me and I had to fight him. So what are you fighting with? Your old habit. Because if you think about, if you want to give a habit a personality, which is what we like to do with things, we give them personalities because we have personalities, right? If you want to give a habit a personality, it's hard to get rid of, right? There's a reason for that. It's a reason. We abide by the law of rhythm. And so that's why it seems like a habit is so challenging to get rid of. When in actuality, remember, we think we're breaking them, but we're not. You're just doing the new thing. Because why? Think about it from a different perspective. When you stop doing the old, the only way to stop doing the old is to start doing the new. So you have to do the new so that the old now becomes suppressed. You've already formed it, that neural pathway. It doesn't go anywhere.
It's the same. It's the same energy. Think about it. When you sit back and you put that same energy into putting a little bit of effort, that habit is no longer a bad habit. It's a good habit.
Yes.
You feel where I'm coming from?
Yes.
A lot of people don't know how to just be like, okay, well, I got this going on. So now I just need to change my mindset up enough where I'm no longer doing this that's not helping me, but I'm actually putting some effort into repetition on something that is helping me. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Now good habit instead of it being a habit that's against you.
Exactly. Love Troll, go ahead. Love, go ahead.
Yeah, once you started talking about the illusion, it reminded me of the story of the fish talking to the older fish and seeking out water, right? And you can't seek out water as a fish because you're in water, right? That's the same thing. Like we're so used to our life being the way that it is, whatever we've constructed as our life, that to do something that is not what we think our life is probably difficult. Like, when we tell ourselves these stories, and I think all of us are constantly having dialogue going on in our head where, I can't do that. That's not for me. That's for them. Just all these things where we limit ourselves. And I've been saying this for a while, and I guess I'm going to stop saying it now, but just realizing, becoming self-aware enough that I'm in my own way, right? Like, no one's in my way. No one's holding me back. No one's keeping me from getting anything. I'm not allowing, and I probably have, some resistance to different areas just because of my own life experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, just wanted to share that with you.
Well said, Love Troll. Well said. That's just so bang on. When you said we've been doing it our whole lives, that's all we are, comprised of habits. So when you recognize that we are comprised of habits, well, you know how to make one now. You don't have to believe, you have to know. You can make a habit. And what is a habit? Thought, word, or action that you do the same way every time until you don't have to think about it anymore. It's just autopilot. And that's why when Coach said patience, patiently you build your habit because you do it the same way every time. That's patience. That's persistence. So do we have to learn how to be persistent? Nah, you just need to observe that you already are. And it's only a matter of pointing yourself in the direction, like Coach and Love Troll said. We've been doing it for so long, we don't even know. Self-awareness. So today, right? The state of the wish fulfilled. You already live in that state, to be honest, because it's up to you. That state is either, just like Love Troll said, oh, that's not for me. That's for somebody else. Ah, you see what state you're in? All right, then. So what if you just started saying, whoa, wait a minute. I already live in the state of the wish. Yes, I do. Because I already anticipate that, but that's too much for me. So why would I do it? You're already in the state of the wish fulfilled for something you think you can't do. So remember, you're not forcing a single thing. It just happens naturally because of the state that you are in. So now to finish the countdown, we were on 3, 2, because I have a young man who is eager to sing his song, but I don't want him to sing yet. So I'm just trying to convince him to, yes, I'm talking about you. You relax. You don't gotta sing your song just yet. Just wait, okay? Just wait. Wait. You're early. Good boy. So 3, 2, 1. Tonight, my beautiful friends, we are reading the lecture Persistent Assumption. That's what we're reading tonight by Neville Goddard. Yeah, so you want to be there for that. Persistent. Listen, we are already persistent. That's what's going on tonight at 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have not purchased your Hermetic Oracle cards, visit me on Patreon and click on my shop. What are we down to now? We have 983 decks left. Why pre-order? They are at the press. I have to give my final okay on the proofs. So it is just easier and far simpler to have people pre-order, because I don't want to have to order them and sit on them. So pre-order them so I can ship them out to you right away. You can find that on Patreon under Positively Angela, and you'll hit shop and you'll see it. And if you've already gotten your cards, woo-hoo, listen, the party's coming to you. Don't fret. So that's the plug. Joaquim, check for the thingy, the notification, because I'll ping you as soon as I close the fan base room. I'll ping you, so you watch for that notification. Is there anything else? Any other announcements? No, other than we're gonna have a pre-order marathon. Oh yes, we will. I'll do it on YouTube. We'll do, huh?
Send me the information, please, because you already know I want it.
Oh, it's in the link above you there, Coach.
I'm clicking on it right now.
Yeah, that's where it is. It's right there. I don't know how to post it in Twitter, so I do have a link in my bio for my Patreon, and you'll see it there if you're interested. Let me see. No, I don't think I have any other announcements.
That link at the bottom, when you go on the page, just copy that joint and stick it on Twitter. It should propagate for you.
Well,
just hit that same link on Twitter if you have a space there for you to put a link.
I have seen people do it before. About spaces, adjust settings, change who can reply, turn on captions, report the space, view rules.
If you do a post, just do a post about it and stick the link in there. People will follow that.
Yes, I will do. I think I do it. StreamYard. Love Troll. StreamYard. I pay, what do I pay? I pay 25 US every month for StreamYard. I find it, I really like it. And I do have a link, Love Troll, for people for a referral link through StreamYard. It's a brilliant, I like it because I get to stream on multiple platforms. Because you know me. I just the simplest way, because it's just me, right? So I like it for that reason. Jackie, always, honey, always. I always look forward to seeing you. You are welcome. So, but remember tonight, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Persistent Assumption is what we'll be doing. Oh, you getting all revved up? You better, child, you better hold your corner. We're not singing yet. You stop. We're not ready to sing yet. If you don't know who I'm talking to my rooster. He's literally speaking right next to me. So I'm just trying to convince him he's too early to be singing in the morning. Not yet. Hold on. All right, Twitter. Love Troll. If you see me on YouTube, if you look under my YouTube, the link in the description, scroll down and you'll see it. The referral link for StreamYard, if you are interested. If you are. That's all. Oh, hello, Pollywog. Oh, you're Canadian. Well, it's good to see you. Oh, my sweet darling, you'll have to catch the replay. We just finished. But it's good to see you. It's good to see you. All right, Twitter. You know what? Let's just do the countdown again. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you tonight, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube fanbase. For the reading of the Neville Goddard lecture, Persistent Assumption. Much love, Twitter. Much love. Twitter is closed. Let me get the water up just so I know that I'm going to play it. YouTube. I played water on YouTube the other day. I didn't get a copyright strike, but I was gently told, "Hey, that's somebody else's music you're playing, and they'll allow you to play it, but you can't monetize your video." So I said, "Okay." So I'll stick to my own music on YouTube, which is the bowl. So if you want to hear the water, well, you got to come over to Fanbase, right? So YouTube and Facebook, you know I love you. Take some, leave some. Brian,
Man, is it the file that they're looking at about? Because I'm trying to figure out how they could do that with some water, the sound of water.
No, because I have it in my iTunes. It's in my iTunes, yeah.
Yeah, that's why it had to be a file then. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a file.
Better file and tell it. Yeah, okay. I was like, God, need like some water. I could go in there and turn the water on my bathroom right there.
Yes, I know, right? Oh, you're so fidgety. Relax, fidgety. All right, YouTube. Take some, leave some. Brian, darling. Shea Butter. Ray of Sunshine. The Better Man 1. Sugar Visions. Jeff. Cyber. Sonia. And for the others who've not made themselves known, I see you. I'm going to catch you tonight, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on YouTube, they have the link in the chat to pre-order their cards, their Hermetic Oracle cards. I will see y'all later. YouTube and Facebook.